Hey guys, so today's video is, like I said in the previous one, a little different than what we normally do. Today we are going to talk about why Disney is better than Universal Studios. So come on and join us. Like in our last video when we talked about Universal, why we feel like it's better, on this one we're going to talk about why Disney is better. And we're going to give you 5 reasons. These are in no particular order. So let's get started with that right now. Number 5, we feel like Disney does food way better than Universal. First of all, the food's better and they have more options at Disney. There's tons of places at Disney to dine in at each park. There's at least 3 to 4, maybe more restaurants, and everything that I've tried at Disney I feel like is really good and exceptional versus Universal, where I feel like, you know, Finnegan's is really good, Mythos is really good, but she says it's just all right, but I don't feel like I haven't been as satisfied as I have been at places like the Crystal Palace, which we've gone to, link up above and down below, and the 50s Primetime Diner, which that'll be below as well.
And be our guest.
And be our guest. We've been there too. We haven't vlogged that yet, but we've been there. I just feel like it is better. I just feel like the quality is better. Now the portion size may not be better itself, but it just tastes amazing. And when it comes to festivals like Flower and Garden, Festival of the Arts, and Food and Wine, I just feel like Disney does that food better.
And they're just creative.
They're creative. They are very creative. There's more options, I feel like. But with Universal this year, they had Mardi Gras, and I felt like they did a really good job with a lot of options, and the food was good, especially that bubble waffle. That thing was amazing. But I do feel like it is done better at Disney. I feel like they do it better. I feel like the options are better. One thing that they do a lot better is they tell you where everything is at. So a lot of times Universal will come out and they'll be like, hey, we're gonna have these things. Great, where do I gotta go to get it? And you're kind of walking around trying to find where the food is, you know. Like some things are obvious, like during HHN when they had the that candied bacon wrap thing or whatever it was. You knew that was going to be at the Tooth Fairy section.
A lot of those, like with Universal, you knew where they were at because you were doing updates, and the carts would have like the menu. Right, true.
Yeah, I went to the park several times before HHN, well, almost every day before HHN this last year. And I knew where everything was, but if I was a brand new person walking into the park, I'd be like, okay, I've seen this, where should I go? And where Disney gives you a little pamphlet every time, I don't have one with me, it got ruined by the rain in our Animal Kingdom video. If you haven't seen that, you should check that out. But they give you a little pamphlet, it tells you every food that they have, and it tells you where it's at. They tell you exactly where it's at. They will say, you can get this bistro near Canada. So if it doesn't say specifically, you know it's in the Canada section, or it's right outside of the Canada section, or whatever. But overall, I just feel like Disney just does food way better.
Number 4 is I feel like the merch in Disney is better because they are constantly getting new stuff in, and you know, I'm a Disney girl anyway, so I feel like I like the merch there better.
Now, I'm more of a Universal guy. You guys know that from watching this channel. I think that Universal has some really cool merch. But I feel like Disney has really cool merch too. And the thing is that Disney is always updating their merchandise. It's constant. You know, it's like it's always happening to the point where the Disney moms
that's one of the
run you over trying to get it.
Yeah, because we will be in the stores just looking at the merch, not buying, just to see, or maybe taking a picture of some stuff. And I mean, I have gotten pushed out of the way multiple times because I'm, I guess, in their way because they're trying to get the merch. I'm just looking. So.
And my biggest like tip for the merch thing is like, unless it's a Figment popcorn bucket, you know, they may put those back out later. They'll probably end up at the Character Warehouse eventually. My biggest thing about that, and we've covered it like with the 50th anniversary stuff, is it will eventually restock. So just pump the brakes on it. It's okay if you didn't get it opening day, but a lot of people will push you over.
Well, the problem is, I think, for other people that don't live here, is they only maybe come here once a year. So like when they're here, I think that they're like, oh, while I'm here, I need to get these items that I have been wanting. So I think that's what's happening.
And we still think the way merch is done is better at Disney. 100 times better.
Yeah.
But we just feel like, you know, there's some things they could put in place. I don't know what they'd have to do because people literally go nuts. We should make a behind the scenes video one day at the next festival showing, and probably could do it at Guardians, showing me filming, trying to get around people to film for stuff. Because I'm telling you, I have to stand there I'm no joke, 10 to 15 minutes just to get a shot of, I don't know, this water bottle, you know, like it's crazy, you know. So but it's kind of fun at the same time. That's why we kind of brought that up. It's craziness, but it's kind of fun, and you don't get that at Universal, and which I guess is fine. But it's just, we just feel like Disney does the merch better.
And then number 3 is going to be that Disney has more character meet and greets. So I mean, I feel like every time, I don't go to the parks as much as he does, but I feel like every time I go, there's always a character up front. There's always characters out and about, and I don't see them as much at Universal, which I think overall I've been to Universal more than I have Disney. But I just feel like I haven't seen them as much. You know, they're not as, like, you know, readily available, I guess. Or...
Yeah, and Universal has characters that come out. They have the Simpsons that come out. They have Beetlejuice and Marilyn Monroe. And then over at Islands, they try to do something with the
SpongeBob stuff.
Well, not SpongeBob. The what's he called? The not ambassador. I forget what his name is. But he's like a. No, they do that. I forgot about that. They do have Avengers and stuff like that, which is cool. But I feel like Disney does the character meet and greets better. That it's more special. That they have a range of characters. You know, from like Hollywood Studios, you can meet Olaf. You can meet Sorcerer Mickey, which that's coming up. I'm going to meet him very soon. And then you can meet, you know, characters like Pocahontas, Moana, Mulan, you know, just all those different ones. And like, especially at Magic Kingdom, they're all over the place, you know, like where you can meet them. So I do feel like Disney does that better. So remember, these are just our opinions of what we think makes each theme park better. So leading into that is number 2, the Magic Band system. I feel that Disney has this figured out, and it's way better as far as magic bands go. There's nothing cooler to wear this thing and just scan it, boop, like that, and get into the park or use your lightning lane or whatever. To me, I'm someone that doesn't mind things on my wrist. Look, I have 2 of these things going on. One's my watch, of course. But I don't mind that. So having a lanyard, which you don't have to have a lanyard at Universal, but having a lanyard around your neck kind of gets in the way, like when you go onto rides and stuff like that. Like, you know,
yeah,
it's just
like because I ride the thrill rides at Universal, and they'll tell you to tuck your lanyard into your shirt, and then there's still a chance it's gonna like fly off.
Yeah.
And then for me, it's so hot here that I get like just way too hot, and I don't like things on my neck, so I get really annoyed with that.
Yeah, I would much rather have this. I wish Universal would do something like that. Now, I do know, like with the Mario World over in Japan right now, they have like power-up bands that are kind of similar to this, and they have like little Mario symbols on it and stuff. But I just feel like the Magic Band system worked better. I know they're kind of moving away from, or they said they were moving away from that, but now they're about to debut these new Magic Bands sometime this year that are like LED lights and really cool. but I just feel like it works better. I think it's a better experience because this thing here can go into paying food. It can go into also opening your hotel room door. Like, it's just really cool, and I think that this was very innovative. I don't know who came up with that. I don't know if it was Eisner. It might have been Michael Eisner. I don't know, or maybe Iger. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments. But whoever came up with this idea, whoever was in office at the time, it's a great idea.
And number one is shows and entertainment. We just feel like Disney does that a lot better. They're just, right now Universal doesn't really have shows unless it's an attraction. They don't really do, like, well, other than like the Marilyn Monroe.
They had the makeup show. They had Born.
Yeah, but that's an attraction. I'm saying, like, just like Disney does, like, I know at Animal Kingdom when you went not too long ago, they just did a random show outside.
Yeah.
And I know Epcot does that too. And so it's just kind of fun as you're walking through the park and you're like, oh, something's going on. Let's stop and let's watch. And, you know, they do like the drum thing and, you know, just.
Well, Universal has that too. They have the annoying, well, I say annoying, SpongeBob parade that goes on all the time. I don't think there's one day I go to the park, and I'm going tomorrow, that I don't see that parade, which is fine. You know, I have to remember as a local that people don't get to see those things. So when they're here, they're like, oh, cool, SpongeBob is out. But, I mean, they do have little things like that. Marilyn will come out and sing, and they have a couple little things like over in Islands, the Frog Show.
Well, and they used to have like that stunt show and a couple of things that they shut down.
Yeah, Fear Factor they used to have, which is not going to come back.
They have the animal.
They have the animal actors. Yeah, yeah, they have it, but it's just different. It's just not. You know, there's things that they have. Oh, the Blues Brothers too, which I like the Blues Brothers. Yeah, that's a really cool thing. Our friend Courtney Jackson loves the Blues Brothers, and she'll tell you that they have some cool stuff there. They really do.
Guys, the construction guys.
Yeah. I forget. My gosh, I see him like 3 or 4 times a week. You would think I know, but with that being said, though, I think where we're trying to get to on this point is at the fireworks shows. I don't feel like Universal comes close to Disney on those. You have there's actually 4. Well, I don't know if Animal Kingdom still does it. I know they do the lighting of the tree or whatever. But Hollywood Studios has a show, Epcot has a show, and Magic Kingdom, of course, with Enchantment. We haven't seen that one yet, but Happily Ever After was amazing. Like, I just had tears running down my face. I hate to admit that, but it was really cool. It was like a cool moment. I think that's the point. I should actually say that, because that's a moment that really came home for me. Like, I lost my mom a few years ago, and I remember the last time I was at, well, not the last time I was at Magic Kingdom, but when I was a kid at Magic Kingdom with her, Tarzan had just come out, and the soundtrack for it was there. And I'm sure I could have gotten it at Walmart for a lot cheaper, but I saw it there, and I remember my mom got that for me, and it was a memory. And so when Phil Collins came over the intercom or the music during Happily Ever After, and it was You'll Be in My Heart. That's what it was. You'll Be in My Heart. I was just like, ooh, and that's just me. I'm a crier. It happens. I'll admit that here on film. And anybody that knows me and my friends, they know. But it was just a moment, and I feel like it's so awesome that they can do that with a fireworks show. I do enjoy Universal's, I forget what it's called now, but it's their show that they do at night, like Cinematic something, with the water. I think that's one of the best shows here too. But overall, I feel like Disney just does the shows and entertainment a little bit better for my liking. And if you agree with that, that's fine. If you disagree with that, that's cool. Just leave a comment down below and let us know what you think, and let us know how you feel that Disney does things better or Universal does things better. And maybe we'll do a part 2 of this eventually. Who knows? We'll see how good this goes. But we want to thank you guys for watching. Make sure you subscribe, hit that like button and the notification bell so you know when our next video is coming out. And remember, the road goes ever on. We'll see you next time.
Let's get